How's y'all night going? Yo, sending y'all love and light, our one infinite creator. Man, y'all, I'm just, Lord, send me a sign. I really need to talk to you, Lord. So, yeah, my, security gig is ending tonight, or like in the morning, I mean. And so, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what next, yo? What next? These are some, there's really not a word for the times we in right now, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, Lord, send me a sign. You know, we out here always seeking a better connection and trying to go deeper within to find that love and light within ourselves, no matter what we're going through. And that's the hard part, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, y'all, I'm just just found out tonight that yeah, things is changing for me. So, yeah, I'm just out here and no, I don't know that. Man, I miss the times of simpler, a little bit more simple, man, but it's all been unfolding. It's been man, everything's been unfolding this whole stuff I don't even wanna. Man, anyways, y'all, what's good with y'all tonight, man? What's good with y'all tonight? How's it? How y'all doing, man? We just in here with Lord, give me a sign. You know what I'm saying? That DMX song, man. Who can truly rock with that DMX song, man? Lord, give me a sign. You know what I mean? Like that's time and time again we find ourselves in situation where that's the case. We be like, all right, send me to my next chapter. You know what I mean? This chapter that I've been on is currently coming to a close in the morning. So my new chapter begins in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, Lord, send me a sign. Because, I'm out here trying to finish paying off my land. So, I've been doing this security gig and it ends in the morning. I just found out. So I'm like, man, all right, all right. We got to roll with it and just be like, man, Lord, send me a sign. Where to go next? What to do next? What direction to head, because all I know is I need to be with nature as much as possible. These times we in right now, man, it's just what I mean. That's where I find my peace. That's where I can just exist and try to work on the connection with our infinite creator. Try to also keep finding that deeper within, because the love and light from our infinite creator out there in the universe, and that exists within ourselves too, exists within Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh, whatever you want to say. So this is a upgrade in consciousness that we got, that we're headed for. That's the number one thing they don't want you to know. They want everybody thinking all doom and gloom and doom, man, this and that. Man, they're at the very tail end of this evil rule over this planet, man. The only the only planet out there, man. We're the only civilization out there that pays to freaking eat, yo. The only ones. The only ones that literally get taxed just to live, yo. Like, that's wild. So, anyways, there's going to be a major shift in the financial system, that has to break down and get reconstructed. And, we're headed for, they always want to push the fear. They always want to make everybody think, oh, what's coming is, it's going to get screwed. We're headed for some, you know, the next little while is going to be very, very interesting. But, you know, I do have faith that there is better things that are in the transition, the transition between the old world and the new world. That's the time we're in right now. So, what? No. What's good with y'all, man? What's good? What's good with y'all? Yeah, I just started up in here, and yeah, I'm just rambling on a little bit, but yeah, I've done a lot of studying into all this stuff from top insiders, only a few that I really trust, and putting all of that together and using my own discernment and everything, and sources predicted everything before it happened. I've been ahead of everything that has happened for years now. So it's just like, nothing that's changing is a surprise, but what is kind of a surprise, well, not even necessarily, but is just how certain things are being done without people talking a whole lot about it. Like there were some folk that was doing some YouTube videos that was going out and um, talking to some homeless people out there, and they was talking about their friends disappearing. Just people straight disappearing off the streets and stuff, and you know, uh, it's wild, yo. And then that this whole enforcement of we can't even people always be being harassed, sleeping in their vehicle, park certain places, da da da. I mean, that's been going on for a long time now, all over the place. It's just ridiculous. Like, yo, there's families and stuff out here. Like, this homeless problem ain't because of doing hard drugs, or it's not all just that. Yeah, there's a big mix of those people in the crowd, but there's also a lot of people that don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink. I don't do any hard drugs. I've been clean from both of those for like like I don't even know, like 7 years. Like I don't even I don't even remember you know what I mean? Like it just that little details don't matter like to me. I just know that it's been years and I'm gonna continue. You know what I mean? I just smoke a little bit of some weed. That's what get me going good, man. You got to pick the right strain. Well, man, you pick the right strain, and all of a sudden you gonna find out. But yeah, man, because we got to deal with all this shit going on, man, and out here being, But I chose to be out here and to be out here with a plan, with making these land payments every month, trying to pay this thing off, so at least I'd have something. At least I'd have something somewhat tangible in the super fake world, man. You know, it's a wild. It's wild. All of these different illusions of these. You know, man. It's just, man. People are so far gone from reality, from what actually matters, from why we were actually put here. Wow, Joe. But yeah, what's y'all? Am I hunting? I don't know what you. What are you talking about, yo? I'm just out here, man. I got a lot of I got a lot of wisdom on a lot of different things, and I've been through a lot, though. I've been through a lot for since I was young, just all different kinds of shit, man. So it's just like, I got that too. So I've been on this path. It's really unfolded itself as everything really happening for a reason, and learning from all these different things. And but right now, I'm just completely disconnected with things of this world, as far as, and just all the fakeness and things that don't matter. They got the whole world all divided and everything by religion and freaking income, where you live. So many different things. So many different things. And it's sad, because divided we fall, y'all. And we don't want to, man. That's the problem. There's so many folk out here addicted to destruction. So many demons out here, man. They want to see destruction. They want to see everything fall apart. They want to, this and that. They want to see people lose it all. They want to, it's like, bro. Sometimes we gotta super protect our energy, man. And it's time and time again, all the wrong type of people want to try to come and screw things up, man. And I'm just like, man, I ain't with it, bro. As soon as I see that side of a person, it's like, boom, I gotta protect my energy. You gotta go. I ain't fucking with you no more. Like, I see that type of man. Unfortunately, like, yeah, that's just what we gotta. The division that I'm based upon is the real versus the fake, man. The demons versus the warriors, the spiritual warriors for some here for some good, man. Trying to do good, trying to do better, trying to make changes. If you wanna change the world, take a look at yourself and make that change. You know what I'm saying? Man, some Michael Jackson and everything, man, some DMX, Tupac, all kinds of different artists, man, are on some good. I don't mess with a lot of this mainstream and whatnot. I like the artists that were banned and sued and like type of like independent and people who've made their way. Like, yeah, man, I have some really good, all different kinds of music, man, up on my playlist section. But yeah, I was just seeing what's good with y'all, man. I'm in this transition of closing off this chapter I've been in. You know, life ain't, life is just a stage, man. Just like Shakespeare said, man. Life is just a stage. It's all a play. So I just chalk up these different things, these different parts of life as different chapters, and yeah, I've had many, many, many different chapters to my life, like so many. Life has not been, I've been traveling. It's not been. I'm not one of those people that could just stay and do the same thing over and 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 over again, man. That just doesn't, you know, I wanted to spice things up, and then of course the system gotta totally outcast us and try to make us as these villains and whatnot. And it's like, bro, we're just trying to enjoy our life, man. See different things, go different places. Just trying to enjoy my life, bro. I'm the villain. Why? Because I'm not playing y'all game. And once you stop playing their game, now you a target now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. And I've been consistently doing not what they say to do. Since before COVID and stuff. But COVID's what really set it off, man. Told everybody to lock down, stay at home, this and that. And that's when I stopped renting. That's when I was like, hold up, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. Hold up. Y'all telling me, nah, bro, I ain't with it at all. Check it. I'm gonna I'm gonna stand on my freedom and I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I don't feel right being here anyways and all this stuff and this living in an apartment and shit, bro. That ain't for me. So, now I'm a villain. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I ain't out here bothering nobody. I ain't out here causing no mayhem, bro. I ain't out here doing hard drugs or nothing. Definitely ain't drinking, but meanwhile, the folk out there acting a fool, they ain't even bothering. They're just like, oh no, they're just crazy. We're just letting them go, do their thing. Man, it's some crazy times we live in, bro. It's some straight crazy times, and that's why I had to choose the path that I chose and be out here and to witness it and to see it for myself. All the basically WAR against the homeless that they created. You know, I've seen multiple throughout my years of being out here, man. I've seen multiple families out here. And meanwhile, I'm trying to pay off my land. I just owe 5,000 left, bro. Lord, send me a sign to make $5,000 real quick to pay that off. Because once it's paid off, I got some of the last unrestricted type of, man, I don't even want to speak on it. I don't even want to keep speaking on it. Type of like, oh, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. So then they're gonna try to take that too. And man, I ain't having it, bro. I'm straight not having it. I've put in my hard earned time with this, making these monthly payments till it's all paid off. Man, 2/3 of the way there. 2/3. Man, pay 10K in, 5K left. Let's go. So yeah, I'm 'cause yeah, my main focus is freedom, man. My main focus is having a connection with our infinite creator. My main focus is growth. Period. If it ain't about that, then like, man, what are you really doing with your time? the way I kind of like look at life, man. Like, you just, man, it's crazy. And not to like judge, but just to be like, bro, like, so many people don't even understand what's coming, the different sides of what's coming. And so it shall be interesting as it keeps unfolding. But for me, it's like, man, I'm just trying to stand up as an American citizen, born and raised here. Started working at 13 years old. Like, I was working and hustling back in the day, but, you know what I mean? Like, they gotta quit bothering people I be getting harassed and, people, man, do not like, bro, they don't, like, I'm barely hanging on to this whole situation. Like, just, bro, they don't like this. They would rather see me out there with the other people that have nothing at all. And I've been there too before. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's all just a game. So, if that's where we gotta go, okay. Okay. I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all just a big experiment, this whole thing. But you know what I mean? Because really, all it would take is power in numbers, people to rise together and peacefully demand changes. Takes enough people, man. There's enough of us. There's way more. Do you know how the pyramid works? Their whole pyramid of, the top 1%, and then, they got all their puppets below that, and then they got all the rest of us. So all the rest of us, we're all so divided that we can't even try to figure out how to come together and be like, yo, what's happening? That's what's crazy to me, man. Yeah, I get a little worked up in this because it's some real life stuff. I know a lot of people don't want to be hit with some real life. What can we do to make a change in this world? But that's what time I'm on. I ain't got to be sorry about it. I keep it real always, y'all. And I'm just praying more and more people choose the right path and stop trying to be all caught up in all this negativity and all this fear and all this manufactured chaos, man. There's still people out here just trying to live our life, man, and trying to make the best out of every moment with what little we got. That's what's real, man. So yeah, I pray that I come up with this extra 5 grand that I need. It's literally just five flat. I need 5K flat. That's it to pay off my land. And man, so I'm trying to manifest that. I don't know how to manifest that 5K, man. I'm gonna figure it out though. And I know you got me. 'Cause I got myself. And I got the working on the connection with you from within, man. That's what happens when you tap into your inner self. It ain't on no drugs. It ain't on no Man, people don't understand what really tapping in means. But anyways, what y'all doing tonight, man? What's good with y'all? I'm out here just about to start a new chapter in my life. So I'm rambling on about some real stuff going on and whatnot just within the world. But the war against homeless is just ridiculous, man. I'm put children out here, man. I mean, thank God I ain't personally got any that I know about. But, man, I've seen it with my own two eyes. Families out here and stuff, man, with less than even I got, man. You know what I mean? So quit trying to make it we these outcasts, we these, this and that. Like, there's so many people that can't afford everything, man. Most of the working class anymore can't afford everything. They're gonna make some major sacrifices to keep what they want. It's all what you want. Why does what I want determine whether I'm this or that or whatever? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it don't even make sense. And then, all these people, all these rich folk out here see people like me, and all I get is hate. Oh, I'm going to turn this person in. Oh, I ain't out here harming nobody. There's people doing way worse things than me, man. Way worse. Go find one of them and bug. Straight up, go find one of them and bug, man. Why you gotta bug me? You know what I mean? I ain't doing nothing. I'm literally not doing it, man. I keep to my little self, man. We go do our little thing, drive where we need to drive. Why is that such a big deal? We got all this open space in this world, man. America's huge. We got so much open land in America. Y'all act like we ain't got enough room for everybody. Telling you, man, this psychopaths, bro. That's straight up what a lot of the elite is, and a lot of these rich little bunnies around here and stuff, man. And just straight up psychos. Like, oh, you can't afford what I got, so you're the worst thing ever. The hate's real, y'all. The hate's real out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to combat it with not giving hate back. Just trying to be like, man, these are the facts. And I'm not hating. I ain't sad. I am sad because that's how humanity acts. And it's complete bullshit, bro. Complete bullshit, man. We ain't gotta judge so goddamn much, bro. All these Karens and everything, man. Wild. Not the country I grew up in, y'all. Wild. These times is different. So don't be sad for the ones that we've lost. You know what I'm saying? They passed through these times, and they're gonna reincarnate, and you know maybe here, maybe there, maybe you don't really know those facts, but a lot of times people do reincarnate back here on this planet for this experiment, for this you know what I'm saying? We're the only civilization out there out of many. If you think we're the only civilization in existence, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. We've had contact with him. We've for a long time now. Long time now. So it's just like in different ways and stuff. I mean, like, bro, there's way too much evidence. Way too much. Bro, I'd be on some top insider stuff. And even if you just listen to Dr. Stephen Greer, which is still just a kind of one of them, like, in a way, he's like, yeah, talking about some cool stuff, but at the same time, like, I can only tell you so much, and anything over that, I'm just gonna make look like it's nothing. So I don't really like that about him. That's why I always liked David Wilcock. But I like the older content from David Wilcock and Corey Good, like that old content. I was on some real good stuff there. Man, expanded my consciousness so much, and the aspect of just everything about reshaping reality, because I already done knew most everything was a lie, so I wanted to find the truth, though. Man, if you look into, man, because everybody's different and stuff. So if you look into your numerology from when you were born, break down your birth date through numerology and find out your life path number. My life path number is 7. So I'm a knowledge seeker. I've always been since a child. Always been, man. And I first met a real messenger on everything, man, back when I was 19 years old. And, I mean, I'm talking, when I say real messenger, I mean, I'm talking somebody who can actually, like, read and write and speak Hebrew. Like, some of the original translation of, like, the Quran and everything. But not only that, was like, he was actually here on a mission to help try to wake people up about what happened during that historical day that happens to be the same number that you call in an emergency. You dig what I'm saying? Man, the truth behind that whole thing, bro, just poof. I was ready for it. I'm a knowledge seeker. I was ready for it. I'm like, like instantly since then, like I knew how corrupt this stage is. All these little puppets and everything, and on the stage, man. That's when I found out how corrupt this stage is, man. Yeah. Started really, really learning about like the those certain families, and like Tupac say, Illuminati. You know, we don't want them, man. I'm anti, man. I'm against it, man. That's again, we ain't trying to judge, we ain't trying to hate, we ain't trying to, but we want to end corruption, bro. I'm tired of this world I'm tired of all the lies. They've spent more time and money and made lots of money off of lies. Got society sick, brainwashed on lies. It's, you know, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and this was all planned out. This is all unfolding how it's supposed to and everything. But I mean, still, as somebody not of this world, and here trying to help raise the frequency and raise that vibration. And even though I mean I've been dealing with a lot, and I've been through so much, but yet I'm still here. I am trying. Let's go. You know what I mean? Because I know where I could be, and actually, not only that, man, there's so many things that I don't even like to talk about. Like, type of, some days I'll get a little looser than others, but like, yeah, I'm really blessed to still be here. Um, yeah, I'll just put it that way. Super blessed to still be here. Of all the things that I've been through, and it's like multiple times over. Like, okay, there's some people that's like, oh, like blessed to be here, like type of like, or like lucky to be here, lucky to still be alive because of like one incident. But like, yeah, you can just keep multiplying that for a while because for me, it's like multiple different types of instant and things. Like, so I mean, and on that real warrior, you know. Anyways, man, I'm just trying to bring us together a little bit, man, and just get us thinking about like, oh man, like how fast we could overthrow all this corruption and bullshit. I like to bring up the phrase, the power in numbers, because that's a Jurassic 5 album. If y'all, anybody's on some hip hop stuff out there, man, look up that Jurassic 5, Power in Numbers. Look up that album, man. That's some good music there, I'm telling you. If you want some real stuff, like. But yeah, man, I'm just out here on my last night of this gig that's been going on for a while now. So this is the closing to this chapter. Now I gotta refigure everything out again. Like, so I'm a little like, dang. Me and my dog. It's just me and my dog out here. Just a man and his dog trying to survive in this world, man, and not being man. You know, it's just really crazy what happens when you don't have a lot of money and you ain't with all the bullshit. And life can become real when you're out here like this, like trying to. And if I wasn't trying to pay off this land, good and bad. So, you know, I've been real, what was that, man, do I still got that right over here? Hold on. Is it still over here? It might not still be over here. But I had a fortune in a fortune cookie the other day that said real courage is uh, like following the unknown or whatever, like type of. I'm trying to remember what it exactly say, but it's pretty much like that. Like real courage is not knowing what's coming, but still, you know, trying to keep doing what you're doing anyways. Like keep on with your plan anyways, even though you don't know the outcome and everything. Like, so yeah, that's what I'm on. You know, everything's just an experience. You know, we can't take nothing with us when into our next life, and you know, when we pass from this one, man. Like, however it may be, We can't take nothing as far as physical, and we can't take it. It don't matter if you got billions of dollars and 7 houses, and none of that matters, yo. That's what I'm trying to tell folk. I don't want to listen, really, but they be thinking all in this material thing, man, and none of that can create true happiness. Sorry, I heard some folk outside. Hey, Daisy. Daisy, it's okay. Come here, girl. Daisy, girl, come here. Come here, baby girl. It's okay. I see him. I got the window. I got the blinds up right here on this side so I can see out everything that I need to see. There's just a whole group of teenagers walking. They went down to the store, Daisy. They walked down to the store. Now they're just going back to wherever they was with all their goodies. Yeah, man. It's interesting, it's all these different life paths and whatnot. It would be of course a lot easier to have had a different life path, but I'm thankful for mine, man, through all the struggle and unknowing, and man, it creates a lot of worry and stuff that you try to just not give into and let consume so yeah, I got a plan and everything, and I don't know if it's, I thought it was God's plan for me, and so far, I don't know. Like, it seems like it, but there's what's good for you don't come easy. You know what I'm saying? If it's worth keeping, it don't come easy. So I think that's just what I'm dealing with this land and stuff, and and if not, well, that sucks. Pain, but at the same time, it's like it's a gamble I'm willing to take, because if you think about it and how much money people spend per year on rent, what people spend per year on rent is like the entirety of the loan to buy land. Like, you could easily spend like $15,000 a year with rent and stuff, easily. And that's the entirety of the loan to buy land. So for me, it was a no brainer. For me, it was like, no, man, like, I want to do this instead. And of course, that's not what they want you to do, because they want you to fall in line and be little slaves. You know what I mean? But I ain't with it. Yeah. Yeah, man. And it's crazy, just how divided everything, like, talk about loved ones, like, I've had a struggling relationship with my mom, pretty much my whole life, you know. and stuff. I didn't ever meet my dad until I was 20 years old. He was in prison when I was a kid. I didn't even meet him until I was 20. And so he wasn't a part of my life at all until then. And then I got to learn things from him, like what not to be. So that's really what shaped me not drinking anymore. Some bullshit. So, anyways, but yeah, man, so I lost him now. He's dead and gone, and yeah, still have this relationship that has not ever seemed to really work out with my mom and stuff, and like, yeah, I mean, like, I can't like pretend that that doesn't bother me, because I mean, it does. But you know what I mean? Like, you gotta protect your own energy. So, I mean, if there's negative energy involved with trying to have a relationship with somebody, then, like, for me, I'd rather protect my energy, as hard as that may be at times and stuff. Like, I'd rather protect that, man, because especially after things I went through with my dad, that's what he, that's what dealing with his ass taught me. Dealing with it, and and of course, other spiritual teachers out there always be talking about protecting your energy. Man, dealing with that dude, man, and it was like two people at once, yo. It was him and my ex-girlfriend. Between dealing with both of them people at the same time, yo, I was not protecting my energy. And I think mentally, maybe like I'm still paying the price for that. Like, I'm still paying the price for not protecting that energy. It's fucked up, man. But yeah, it's real life. It's real life, man. Some people, especially the ones that pretend to be oh so solid, oh so real, oh so this, that. Like my ex, man, she had this like whole little angel side of her. It was just like, oh wow. But then oof, oh, you were tricked. You were tricked, nigga. This ain't no angel. Bro, it's real shit out there, bro. I've dealt with a lot. But yeah, man, some people you have to love from a distance. That's for sure, man. But loved ones to me is anyone I care about. I'm gonna miss when they're gone. Yeah. Yeah, scars don't go away. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. That's some real. But like just not getting all caught up in it. And it's good, it's healthy to bring up every once in a while when you just like gotta kind of get it off your chest a little bit and stuff, like, because that's the only way to heal. You know what I mean? Or like to keep working towards healing. You can't just bury everything and just expect to be better now. You know what I mean? So man, over a decade worth of watching pretty much most most of the content out there on YouTube of David Wilcock. Once you've accomplished watching pretty much all of it, you will have like years of college level wisdom on like psychology and all kinds of stuff. So it's like I've learned a lot about like psychology and some of these like narcissists, all kinds of crazy, these psychopaths like uh the ones in power. The ones in power, man, they some real psychopaths, bro. And it's sad because what they have done is created a society that for the most part is like addicted to that. So yeah, they want to see destruction, they want to see all this negativity and whatnot, and it's like, bro, that's what I'm saying. We gotta protect our energy. And when we see red flags in people, man, we gotta cut them off. You know what I mean? When we see things that are a potential harm to our energy, we gotta cut it off, no matter who they is. So for me, I got one person who's still alive. For how much longer, I don't know. Praying a while. But you know what I mean? I got one person like what you talking about. Loved ones. Um, boy, I thought I had a lot more and stuff, and time's a real test, and not only that, there ain't a lot of real solid folk out there. Thank thank God there's some, but man, these days are really exposing everyone's true colors, man. These days, super exposing everybody's true colors. You know what I mean? People driving around looking for somebody who just has a vehicle and not a home, and they looking to harass you for it. There's them psychopaths out here, man, I deal with all the time, bro, and it's like, bro, this is like, this, why nobody has anything. I know there's a lot of folk out there that just don't, that are out here like me, that are just different, out here for a different reason. I'm out here for a different reason. That's, and not only that, it's the plan God had for me, man, to be able to experience this and interact with people based upon it, and meet people out here who, I've talked to a lot of different people, but nowadays most of the people you find out here, man, is gone, checked out, like real bad, real bad, real bad checked out. So coming back to protecting my own energy nowadays, yeah, I don't interact with people like I once did, because I just met too many loonies, too many. And, so I just had to pull back, and um, it sucks, because, like, that's, man, yeah, these are some crazy times, yo. It's like trying to meet people out here in the world who are like you. It's not a whole lot. It's crazy, man. You're just like, yeah, a lone wolf. You know about that Lone Wolf song by Burden. That's some good stuff right there. Cause I mean that's what it is. And it used to not be that way. Shit, I used to run a crew. Like real. Now, like man, it's been anyways, I know I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on and man, it's just I'm just praying for a reunion of like-minded individuals. Not only that, like a reunion with the for myself anyways, and reunion with my cosmic family, man, because I'm not of this world. Like I know that. It's very obvious, very very obvious. So yeah, I'm just I'm homesick, man. I miss. Oh, this is all just toxic bullshit here, man. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta protect that energy. Yeah, and evil exists like a motherfucker, man. Damn. So I'm saying we seen it. So many people forever denied the existence of it and stuff and whatever. And man, it's just like, are you really still denying it, or are you now you just don't even want to talk about it? Now you never really did to begin with, but at least before you were like in full denial, and now you just don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just watching as time goes on, people who had really closed minds that now just don't even. Now their new thing is just. It's such a sensitive and not just that, but I mean just talking about some real shit, man, that's really being like coming out and into the light now. They ain't ever gonna own up to how they treated you when you was talking about this stuff before it came out into the light, you know. Because I've been years ahead of that curve. I still want to know, talk about the Epstein files and stuff, bro. Bro. Actually, can we go back to that phone number you're supposed to dial for an emergency? Can we go back to that date? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the Epstein files? No, hold on. Let's go back to that date. Let's expose all the real behind that. You start showing some numerology behind that. And I can't, bro. I want to recreate a video of that and the stuff that I learned from that messenger back when I was 19 who was speaking about all that. I'm going to make a video about all that, man. Because, like, if, you were to lay everything out for people to see, it'd be a really eye-opening thing for people to actually see. Numbers don't lie. History's coded. That's one thing that's real, y'all. History is coded. And that's what numerology teaches you. You study into numerology, man. You start to, yeah, man. That's why it goes to say everything happens for a reason. Jet fuel. Ugh. What about jet fuel? Sounds like a strain. God, that truck was sounding weird, yo. Yo, there's this one Durango that comes by that just sounds horrible. Horrible. It's got like the worst misfiring exhaust leak, probably intake leak. Oh shit. Yeah, well, I mean, dang. Yeah, the octane of jet fuel. Damn. Yeah, that produces a lot of energy. But man, we're think about what you know about anti-gravity and all the different patents that are they've because they reverse engineered crash landed UFOs back in like 40s, 50s, 60s, and maybe even I don't know, so long time ago. We've it's almost been a hundred. It's almost been 100 years that they have had all this technology, like the technology, and even like parts of like China and stuff have got a lot more technology available to them than we do here in America. Bro, the game is ridiculous, man. And like they have man, all this information. Because here's the thing: is that the Illuminati are higher density was formed by higher density beings. It's higher density beings that came here from another planet because theirs got destroyed because they done fucked up. But that's beside the point. It's higher density beings that came here, and since they were on a more advanced consciousness than we are, yeah, they knew a lot more things. And so that's why, like, they had, like, the all-seeing eye and stuff, and, like, man, like, they knew a lot of things, and, um, anyways, like, part of really learning about the dark side is learning what they know. So, anyways, yo, it's crazy. It's wild. It's wild things, yo. Man, that's why I'm not. That's why this world won't let me have a computer so I can make really good content. Because if I could make really good content, then I'd probably be banned. I'd probably be. Man, that's probably maybe that's why I'm not allowed to have a nice computer so that I can actually create some cool content. That maybe that's the reason. Because it's just like 13. I mean, I'm 32, roughly half of my life has been acquiring all kinds of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So I love to put it in. to figure out a way to get creative with it. And probably also get me banned. But it's all good. Right? Yeah, who needs combustion engines anyways? Well, I mean, you know. Sorry, I just heard somebody probably in the car that just drove by. But no, honestly though, part of this experience on this planet and with the things that we have here is I love combustion engines though. Like I love gasoline engines, man. I've had some nasty 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders, and I've never personally had a 5 cylinder, but I've had a lot of 8 cylinders. Oh man, I love them. In fact, I have an 8 cylinder right here, a big block, 7.5 liter, 460. And then over here, I got a 4.0 straight six. So I got two really reliable engines here. One a big 8 cylinder and one a decent sized. Man, it performs pretty good. I got different, a Flowmaster 40 on this one and a glass pack on the 4 liter. Yeah, that 4 liter is fun. I love it. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. Man, bro, it's ridiculous. They're holding on to every last bit of power they got on the way out. Every last bit of it, man. They're trying to. But yeah, I got the key for this place right here. Okay, cool. It's crazy, yo. I mean, like, I've literally watched 10. Yeah, that's what's really weird, is previously I had like a live stream that I did that was like 6 hours long. And during that live stream, I watched 10 likes being taken away from the live stream. It had like 30 something likes, and then all of a sudden it went down to like 20 something. They literally took like 10 away. And somebody else commented on it when they were watching it, and they're like, "Whoa, they just took away and I'm like, dang. And yeah, pretty much like ever since then, I've been getting really tampered with. Let's put it that way. I've even dealt with a little bit of gang stalking, but they found out I ain't the one to do that to, bro. They found that out real quick. So I ain't had any more issues with that. But I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's like I ain't hurting nobody, man. I'm out here trying to help folk and stuff, and yet, you know what I mean? It's wild. These times that we are in are so wild, man. It's the honestly though, it's the most exciting time to be alive. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like but man, if we could all just go to the mountains with and basically sit back and have some popcorn, because We in some real crazy times. And then, of course, they're gonna come out there and be like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be out here like that for that long," and what, They think they own everything, bro. It's like, dude, it's so wild. It's so wild that they are so territorial that we can't even go out and enjoy nature like we want. We can to an extent and whatnot, but you know, at the same time, we can't. If I want to take my motor home when I want to go out there, and oh, I gotta move every so often, and oh, that's as long as I can be out here, and oh, like, what? People don't even realize all the different restrictions that are put in place because they don't actually they ain't out here. They ain't trying to live life. So they don't even know. I mean, they don't even know how much I get harassed and whatnot. Like, us really out here living this. But man, I would love to just get this land paid off, and then that's another reason why they on my ass so heavy too. Because I'm actually trying to do what they absolutely don't want us to do. That's bullshit, man. I'm trying to be like an old school homesteader type of like, man, where we slow build and, had a little something and then added on to it and added on. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, they wanted you to, make these mortgage payments for a place that you don't even own the land underneath. So it's all the way an illusion. At least the thing about land is, I mean, like, yeah, you don't own it, but you own it. You have a title and stuff for the actual land. When we pass on, we don't own nothing. But hopefully, and I'm pretty sure we get to bring some of some of our consciousness with us. Things we've learned and whatnot. Like, man, right? That's funny. Yeah, love anything with an engine. 8 vehicles, nothing special. My pride is a 97 Cobra. Bro, dude, I still have it. It's wrecked, but it's a 1997 Lincoln Mark 8 with the 4.6 liter dual overhead cam. Yo, I loved that car, man. I even have the 17-inch Cobra wheels, the dual piston Cobra brakes. Yeah, it had a rebuilt transmission and only like 98,000 miles on it when I wrecked it on some black ice out in Montana. But even after it was wrecked, I still took it up to like 130. And it still drove in a straight line, yo. Man, not to mention I did like a quarter-mile burnout after that, man. You know, because it was funny because I had actually got a once in a lifetime deal on it. He was asking 5 grand for it, and I got it for $1,300. That's all I had at the time. I just had $1,300, and that's what I'm like, man, this is all I got. His wife says it has to go. So I ended up with it. But man, I put full coverage on it. And then, yeah, I hit that black ice. And then the insurance company paid me like, I don't know, over $3,000. It was like 3,500 or something. So I got more than I paid for it. And I got it just the way it was, like all that. It has Terminator front. It has a Terminator front bumper on it too. I have a video of it actually on here. Well, actually, not really like a video of it. It's just a little moderate pull I did in it, and when I was getting on the interstate. And but man, that car was so fun. Yeah, I did. Fast and smooth. Yeah, Grandpa's Cobra, right? Yeah, man. I know. I know. But man, so I hit some black ice and I went off into a field. Like, okay, I was leaving this parking lot in first gear, just doing my thing, drifting. It was snow on the ground. And I had these really, really nice studded tires on it, like top of the line stud tires. I was working at a tire shop at the time. Anyways, that thing basically had a posse rear end. I come out of there, and once I hit the top of first, I go to hit second, and right when I hit second, I hit some black ice, man. And so, yeah, I just shifted into second, and it went from 3,000 to 7,000 RPM like that. And as it did that, the ass end came around and passed me. Like, totally flipped around, went off the road. There was a big field, a huge field right next to me where I was doing this, man. And of course, out of this big, huge field, there was one sign off in the field. And of course, I just had to hit that one sign off in this big field, man. Well, ain't that a bitch, man? That was the last time I ever rented a place, like an apartment or something. Um, that was it. I was so unhappy with life that, yeah, I was actually well, not even going to talk about it actually, because I done beat that case. They were trying to get me on a DUI, and it wasn't and stuff. You can clearly see in the photos of the ice, or like of the tire tracks, that I had it completely under control. And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. So, yeah, it was right where I hit that black ice. It just. But anyways, man, that was an insane experience. And but out of many, many, many years of drifting, I've had so many different Fords and stuff. And man, out of many years and stuff, that was the only time that I ever like wrecked while drifting. I've only ever like wrecked one other time. When somebody I had nowhere else to go at all, and it's like somebody pulled out in front of me, and there was literally no other choice but to hit them, the oncoming cars, or a brick building. It was all very tight. That was it. So yeah, I chose the people that pulled out in front of me. But yeah, other than that, you know what I'm saying. But while messing around, only wrecked one time out of years, and yeah, years of doing that. One time ain't too bad. And if you ain't doing it right, you're not doing it right if you don't at least wreck one time. But Man, my favorite car was my 2005 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Yeah, for real. And man, that '05 P71, I put a right when I got it, I put a well, I went to the exhaust shop. I put Flowmaster 40s on it because it already had the dual exhaust, but got rid of the old mufflers and stuff and put Flowmaster 40s. And then I put a stage 2 AFE cold air intake with the dry filter on it. I didn't want an oil filter. I put a dry filter. And man, that thing, it's still I knew somebody that had a license to go to the police auctions, and that's who got that for me. Like I sent him to the auction to get that, to find me a really nice like police interceptor. Well, I was like, I want one that they haven't even touched yet after like a little wreck or something. I got it, and the driver's door had, a little spot that was messed up on it. And the mount for the laptop and the camera for the rear, like all that was still there when he got it at the auction. And anyways, with those two mods on there, the intake and exhaust, dude, that I got lucky or something, and that thing had no top speed limiter. So that '05 P71, police interceptor with those two modifications that I did, with no, I was just shifting into overdrive at 140. So I would take it. The first thing I'd do if I was about to race is hit that overdrive off button to take it out of overdrive. And then I'd put it down into first gear. And then, man, that didn't take an exhaust, dude. That stage 2 came with a whole new air duct system and a box that sealed up to the hood. So, yeah, it freaking got a lot of air and a lot of cold air. It's a true cold air. And but anyways, man, that thing freaking, oh, it was just a monster after that. That thing turned into a complete monster after that. Like, literally, my homegirl had a 2006 Mustang GT with the 4.6, same engine, but she had a 6-speed manual with a few modifications. And me and her were neck and neck, like bumper to, we were exactly with each other. It was crazy. Like, neither one of us could pull on each other. It was wild. Yo, I miss that car. Like, because she knew how to drive. She was one of my Montana folk from Billings. Because I grew up in Billings, and yeah, we get down over there. And man, that was so fun. But anyway, I put that thing into first with overdrive off, and I'd run it up to 55. As soon as I see it hit 55, I would hit second, because it had no tack, whatever. I'd hit second, and as soon as I hit second, man, it would go from 55 to like 62, and then ride that out to 95. As as soon as I hit about 95, I would take it out a second and put it into drive, still with the overdrive off. And then I'd run that all the way to 140, and then I had overdrive left. So, um, and at that point, like it would just keep pulling. It never hit. Like it would just keep getting louder and louder and louder, and like to the point of I put 200-mile-an-hour tires on the back, but I left the police run flats on the front because if anything happened, like I wanted to still have my steering. And it's a good thing I did that. But anyways, one time I was I don't even know, probably doing about $180 would be my guess. One of the front run flat tires deflated itself. I was going so fast. I literally went fast enough to deflate when it's totally boom. it like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just how freaking fast and how much heat and friction, like it just boop. All of a sudden I was like, oh my God, thank God I know how to drive. If I would have hit the brakes right there, I would have been done, son. I mean, I was literally, because I was, it was like a 50-ish car race going on the interstate. We all left this Walmart parking lot, and we're gonna race down the interstate and stuff. And I started at the rear because I knew what I had, man, and I already checked out everybody. Like, man, I was like, I'm gonna start at the rear. I'm gonna let y'all go. I ain't even worried. And then I gradually was just on it. I was just barely on it until I hit 100, and then I gave it about 3/4 throttle and started passing everybody. And then there was only 2 cars up in front of me, and I just ran the top of third gear out, so I was just hitting 140, and then I hit that put it into overdrive, and then for the first time in the race, penned it. And right as I did that, they hit their nitrous. Man, I done seen blue flame come out the exhaust, literally. And all of a sudden they're, but I had just floored it, so somehow we all were on the same time. They knew what time it was. They knew I was about to dust their ass, and so they hit the nitrous. And anyways, I'm fixing to still pass them because I just finally floored mine. And then right then and there, that like right as I was creeping on, I was door to door with them. Although we had a big wide interstate, and so anyways, luckily I had enough room to maintain control when that run flat tire on the front lost air. But yeah, anyways, that was some good times in that car, man. I had drifted that car doing like 150 one time. I was nuts. Like I was on the interstate, and then I kind of had to go around 2 semis for some reason, who were for some reason trying to block me off from going around them. And I took the shoulder, poof, right off into the dirt and grass and whatever, and freaking let off the gas, started to slide a little bit, and I floored it and just right back onto the road. in front of the semis. Gone. Like my speedometer was still topped out when I got back on the road. I was still doing like $1.50 or something. Like, bro, that shit was crazy. Anyways, I love cars, man. I love racing. I love drifting. I love just everything, man. Off-roading, four-wheelers, all that, man. That's how throughout my when I was younger and everything. That's how I escaped life. Was just cars, man. Sneaking out at night and shit. Pushing the car down the road a little ways, because you got that racing exhaust and everything. So you had to push your car down the road a ways because you couldn't start it in front of your house or you're a bust right there. So yeah, fun times, man. Yeah, for real. But I've seen some that like top out at like 120 and like 130 and like 140, and mine didn't do none of that. Even before I did the intake and exhaust, it still would do over 140. But once I did that intake and exhaust, man, it was a whole nother animal. I don't know, man. It just that police tune mixed with that just oh. Because mine wasn't detuned at all. I think the thing is that they detune a lot of them when they release them for the public. That's my theory on it, is they detune a lot of them, and then if you find ones that haven't been touched, you can find ones that haven't been touched. That's my theory on it, anyways, because I don't know why else you find some that have a limiter and some that don't. Yeah, no, you can if you look on YouTube, like you know what I'm saying, you'll see a lot of the P71s have top speed. But yeah, mine like I said, mine was just getting warmed up at 140. Like mine, it was just getting started. That party was just beginning. I still had that whole overdrive gear. Like, I would assume that would put it in at like 3,000, and then those can rev to what, like 56 or something. So about 2,600 RPM would be my guess of play, since I didn't have attack. But I know my engines and stuff, and by that point in time, I was 19 when I had that car, and I'd already had that was like the fourth quick car that I'd had. Man, I was a hustler and stuff when I was younger, man. I was wild. But then yeah, I'd got that 97 Lincoln Mark 8 like years ago now. But man, about like 5 years ago I had a 1984 84 Ford Thunderbird. It was dark blue. It had this like factory wing on it, and it had gray leather interior. Sick, dude, sick car. But somebody had put some like drag racing wheels on it and put a engine out of like a 85 I was told the engine came out of a '85 Cobra. It had dual intakes to the carb. It had intake tubes that went, air ducts that went all the way to the fenders, and then got air from underneath and pulled it into the dual intake on the carb. With it had a Holly 4 barrel carb, different camshaft because it had a aftermarket tack. I mean, we're talking shift kit in the transmission, full posi rear end. Like, this thing was nasty. Dude, this thing was nasty, yo. Oh, damn, son. It was crazy. I loved that car, man. That also was probably like those are my top 3 cars. That 97 Lincoln Mark 8, the '05 Police Interceptor, and that '84 Thunderbird, man. Oh, with that shift kit and oh man, that thing was fun. And it had the AOD transmission with a shift kit. So, but anyways, I could ratchet shift it 1 2 and then hit drive and then hit overdrive. So yeah, man, that thing. But anyways, I have seen that tack on that thing hit 8,000 RPMs. So I would shift it when it got to 7,500 RPMs. But with how fast it was wrapping up, sometimes I wasn't quick enough, and it would hit like 8,000, bro. And I was like, "Oh, too much, too much." Small block Ford, 5 liter. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro. So it definitely, it was definitely a built engine. So I'm assuming with how it felt, like it felt to be about like 450 or so, maybe 500. I don't know. It felt about like that. Somewhere around like 400, I would say. It was fun. It was fun. But man, honestly though, it felt like it felt like a 9-10 second car. Like that thing was nasty. Like I said, I mean, shifting 7,500, 8,000, moving. Like 7,000 RPMs, you already know, gets you moving. But 75 and beyond, yo, that's really, really moving for a V8, And then now, I mean, they be hitting like 9. Some of them, I think, we hitting like 9 almost on them. Isn't it them Coyotes? Yeah. But yeah, man, I love all that, man. I grew up watching Ken Block. When I was in high school, I was I was dripped out in all the Ken Block Ford Racing stuff, man. I had it all. I bought all the hats. I had all the shoes and the shirts, and you know what I'm saying, man. I think they even had like a belt and stuff, maybe, or something. I don't remember, man, but I had all that stuff. So yeah, that's just always been a part of my life. And when buying my first car at 14 years old, and I got my license before I even turned 16 because I'm from Montana, and you can take driver's ed when you're 14 and a half. and get your license by 15 and a half. So yeah, that's what I done did. Well, anyways, yeah, we got way onto to, man. I can talk about cars and everything like that for, man. That's just what I grew up in. We were Billings is growing up there. There'd be literally hundreds of street racers and whatnot out roaming the city all night, every night. Like, that's literally what we did. There'd be multiple different car cliques and, click claiming territory of this parking lot and a different clique claiming territory of this parking lot, click wars and all kinds of stuff going on, man. It was wild, bro. Like, in a way, I miss that place, man, but in a way, like, I had to let it go. That that place in general, like, I just had to let it go because of things that was happening and stuff and what, man. One wrong thing happens in front of a camera and your whole life can change. So sometimes it's better to just get out of that situation before it happens. Because after doing 5 years of felony probation, man, ain't man, totally changed me. Like, you know what I mean? As far as, man, I ain't trying to. No, none of that, man. I don't want to be caught up in that system at all. At all. Leave me alone. I'll leave people alone. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll just do that. How's that? That seems like a good trade off to me. But then, of course, there's the flip side where they're like, oh no, somebody's trying to do better. We got to keep fucking with them and try to turn them back into the old self and whatnot. Man, trust me, I've been down that road and stuff. And man, nah, I ain't doing it, man. Just leave me alone. That's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? As far as this system and everything, the place and the man. That's why I got land out in the boonies that I'm trying to finish paying off. And I say, Lord, give me a sign to help me come up on the last 5,000 I need to finish paying this off, man. Just down to 5 flat. It's actually a few dollars short of 5, but I'm just gonna call it 5 flat. That's what I owe. So yeah, man. I can't wait to, because man, I would love to build a shop with living quarters up at the top for now. That's all I want. I want a shop with like a nice living quarters up top. That's what I want, man. Put a lift up in there to be able to. It'd be really nice to make a little painting booth because I would love to get into painting. Just be full restoration, man. Get these cars for cheap. Go to the junkyard and whatnot and different things and get some replacement parts for them and to fix anything broken, and then paint it all up. And oh man, that's literally what I want to do. I want to I want to fix up cars and sell them and enjoy my life, be with my dog, go be with nature, man. I've been out at the ocean since Christmas. We're out here at an ocean town, and I go out to the beach every chance I get. It's really fun to take my Jeep out there, man. My Jeep loves the sand. I got a 95 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And man, it loves the sand. First Jeep I've ever had. Yo, it rips with this glass pack, no cat. Thing rips. But yeah, what you saying? Wow. Slowing your comments by 10 minutes. Oh, dang, you gotta get up in 6 hours. Yeah, yeah. I won't leave until I see you read that comment. Chin up and eyes forward, brother. What's behind you isn't important. Take care, man. Be good, do good. Do good, be good. All right, man. Peace and love, y'all. Sending you love and light, bro, from our infinite creator. Oh, yeah. Hope you have a good night and get some good sleep, man. I know I haven't really been sleeping the best lately. Like, I don't know if that's your case, man, but yeah, I ain't been, sleep has been kind of being weird lately. It's like a lot of times it's like I'm not fully asleep anymore or something. I don't know what's going on. I just know that, yeah, I've been having some weird. I don't know if it's because of this nighttime gig that I've been doing or what, but yeah, man, have a good night. And yeah, I'm about to. I got to go to the bathroom and stuff anyway. Like take a little whiz and get something to drink. And yeah, y'all. So I'm probably start something up here in a little bit or something. But yeah, peace and love, everyone. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed night, yo.